Picture this. It is 3 in the morning. The house is dead silent. Suddenly, you hear it. The thump, thump, thump of tiny paws sprinting across the hallway like they are qualifying for the Kitty Olympics. The infamous 3 a.m. zoomies. Or maybe you are just trying to work on your laptop, and suddenly a furry butt is planted right on your keyboard. You look at your cat and wonder, do you do this just to torture me? Are you broken? Or do you actually love me in your own weird, twisted way? If you have ever looked into those huge, glowing eyes and wondered if your cat secretly plots your demise, or if they actually trust you, you are in the exact right place. Today we are going completely undercover into the minds of our feline overlords. We are going to decode their secret language and reveal the absolute truth about how cats show trust. Because trust me, they do not show it like dogs do. They have a whole different, slightly bizarre rulebook. By the end of this video, you will finally understand if your cat sees you as a beloved parent or just a giant, hairless can opener. Drop a comment right now and tell me the name of the furry hooligan you share your home with. Let's see who has the wildest cat names out there. Before we dive into the specific signs, we need to talk about where our cats actually come from. I know, your cat currently looks like a little fluffy potato sleeping on a silk pillow, but deep down their DNA is screaming apex predator. Cats evolved as solitary hunters in the wild. Unlike dogs, who are pack animals and instinctively look to a leader, cats are fiercely independent. In the wild, they are both the hunters and the hunted. This means that biologically, their default setting is high alert. They are wired to be suspicious, cautious, and ready to bolt or fight at a moment's notice. Trust does not come easily to a creature that thinks a cucumber is a deadly snake. When a dog loves you, they will immediately show you with a wagging tail and sloppy kisses. But a cat? A cat makes you work for it. Earning a cat's trust is like winning an exclusive VIP membership to the toughest club in the world. They have to actively decide to turn off their survival instincts when they are around you. So, when your cat does finally drop their guard, it is a massive deal. It is a biological compliment. Keep this in mind as we go through these 6 signs, because it makes their weird, quirky behaviors so much more meaningful, and honestly, a lot more hilarious. Sign number 1, the fluffy belly trap. Let's kick things off with the ultimate feline mystery that has confused humans for generations. You are sitting on the couch, minding your own business. Suddenly, your cat strolls over, flops right in front of you and rolls onto their back. They expose that glorious, soft, utterly irresistible tummy. It looks exactly like an invitation, right? It feels like they are saying, "Hey, hooman, come pet this majestic fluff." But we all know how this story often ends. You reach your hand out and bam! You are suddenly caught in a blender of sharp claws and teeth. The infamous bear hug of doom. It is an ambush. So why do they do this? Are they just tiny sadists who enjoy watching us bleed? Well, not exactly. In the feline world, exposing the belly is a massive psychological event. You see, the stomach is a cat's most vulnerable area. It houses all of their vital organs. In the wild, a predator would target the belly first to win a fight. So, when your cat rolls over and shows you that fluffy tummy, they are sending a profound message. The message they are sending when they expose that belly is basically, I feel so incredibly safe around you that I am going to expose my absolute weakest point. They are trusting you not to eat them. It is a profound declaration of trust, even if it feels like a trap. But here is where the massive miscommunication happens between cats and humans. Dogs roll on their backs because they actually want belly rubs. Cats roll on their backs to show you they are relaxed, but they absolutely do not want you to touch the belly. When you go in for the pet, you are violating that trust by triggering their defensive reflexes. To a cat, you touching the belly is like someone suddenly tickling you when you are trying to take a nap. It is startling and annoying. So, the next time your cat shows you their belly, do not fall for the trap. Acknowledge the compliment. Say, "Thank you, Mr. Whiskers. I appreciate the trust." But keep your hands to yourself. Or, if you absolutely must touch it, Just give them a gentle scratch on the chin instead. Recognizing this boundary is how you keep their trust intact and save your hands from looking like they went through a meat grinder. Let's dig a little deeper into this belly phenomenon, because there are exceptions to the rule, and this is where feline psychology gets really fascinating. Some of you might be shouting at the screen right now, but wait, my cat actually loves belly rubs. And you know what? You might be right. There is a small percentage of cats, often specific breeds like ragdolls or Maine Coons, or cats that were intensely socialized as kittens, who genuinely enjoy a good belly scratch. If you have one of these rare unicorns, consider yourself blessed by the cat gods. But for the remaining 90% of cats, the belly is a strictly look but do not touch zone. It is essential to read the room. Look at their body language. Are their ears pinned back? Is their tail twitching wildly? If so, back away slowly. If they are completely limp, purring loudly and their eyes are half closed, they might tolerate a brief touch. But remember, a cat's mood can change faster than Wi-Fi speeds in the basement. 1 second it is pure love, and the next second it is a tactical strike. Respecting the belly trap is step 1 in proving to your cat that you are a reliable, trustworthy roommate and not a chaotic threat. Sign number 2, the feline Morse code, also known as the slow blink. This is perhaps one of the most beautiful and subtle ways a cat communicates their deepest feelings. Have you ever been staring at your cat from across the room, and they lock eyes with you, and then very, very slowly, they close and open their eyes? It almost looks like they are falling asleep, or maybe judging your outfit. But in reality, this is the cat equivalent of a warm hug or a soft kiss. Animal behaviorists call this the feline slow blink, and it is a massive indicator of absolute trust and affection. To understand why this is so important, we have to go back to their predator instincts. In the animal kingdom, a prolonged, unblinking stare is a sign of aggression. It is a challenge. It means, I am watching you, and I am ready to fight. When two cats are about to get into a serious brawl over territory, they will stare each other down without blinking. It is a game of high-stakes chicken. So, when your cat looks directly at you and intentionally breaks that intense stare by closing their eyes, they are actively communicating, I am not a threat to you, and I know you are not a threat to me. By closing their eyes, even for a brief second, they are dropping their visual guard in your presence. It is a tremendous act of vulnerability for an animal that relies so heavily on its sight to survive. It is their way of saying, I love you, and I feel totally at peace when you are around. But the absolute best part about the slow blink is that it is a two-way street. You can actually use this secret language to communicate right back to them. The next time you catch your cat looking at you, try it. Soften your gaze, look at them affectionately, and slowly close and open your eyes. Often, if the trust is there, they will return the slow blink right back to you. It is a magical moment of interspecies communication. It is like you are whispering, I love you, across the room, and they are whispering it right back. It is important to note that the environment plays a huge role in the slow blink. A cat will only perform this gesture when they are in a state of complete relaxation. You will not see a slow blink when the vacuum cleaner is running or when a stranger is in the house. It happens in the quiet moments. Maybe they are curled up on the radiator or sitting on the back of the sofa while you watch TV. It is a quiet, intimate gesture. If you want to build trust with a shy or newly adopted rescue cat, the slow blink is one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. Never stare at a shy cat aggressively. Instead, offer them slow blinks from a distance. It signals to their anxious little brains that you are a friendly, non-threatening entity. It might take days or even weeks, but eventually you will get that glorious, lazy blink in return. And when you do, you will know that you have officially broken through their walls. You have earned a piece of their heart, one slow blink at a time. Sign number 3. The awkward sleeping positions and locations. Where and how your cat chooses to sleep is a massive billboard broadcasting exactly how they feel about you. Cats sleep a lot. We are talking 12 to 16 hours a day. But because they are instinctively wired to protect themselves from predators, they are actually incredibly picky about where they let their guard down. In the wild, a sleeping cat is a dead cat if they aren't careful. So, if your cat chooses to sleep out in the open, right in the middle of the living room rug, instead of hiding under a bed or high up on a shelf, that alone is a sign of a confident, trusting cat. But the ultimate compliment? The absolute pinnacle of feline trust? It is when they decide to use you as their personal mattress. When a cat climbs onto your chest, your lap, or even your head and falls into a deep sleep, they are giving you the highest honor possible. Think about the logistics of a cat sleeping on you. They are pinning themselves down. If danger were to suddenly strike, their escape route is severely compromised because they are tangled up in your blanket and resting on your limbs. By choosing to sleep on you, they are essentially making you their bodyguard. They are saying, I trust you to keep watch while I go to dreamland. If a predator comes, you deal with it, human. It is a massive transfer of responsibility. But it is not just about where they sleep, it is about how they sleep. Have you ever seen your cat sleep in a position that looks anatomically impossible? Maybe they are twisted into a pretzel, half hanging off the sofa, with one leg pointed at the ceiling and their head upside down. We laugh and take pictures for Instagram, but this spilled liquid sleeping style is a huge indicator of trust. A cat will only sleep in these weird, sprawling, uncoordinated positions when they feel zero threat in their environment. When a cat is slightly anxious or unsure of their surroundings, they will sleep in the classic loaf position. You know the one, paws tucked in neatly under their body, tail wrapped tight, head up. The loaf position allows them to spring into action and run away in a split second if they need to. But when they are stretched out entirely, showing their belly with limbs everywhere, they are physically unable to escape quickly. They have completely surrendered to the safety of the room. And if they are doing this weird pretzel sleep right next to you or leaning against your leg, congratulations, you have created an environment so peaceful and secure that their ancient survival instincts have completely shut down. Of course, the downside to this trust is the dreaded feline paralysis. This is the well-known medical condition where a human is completely unable to move, go to the bathroom, or get a snack simply because a cat is sleeping on their lap. But hey, that is the price we pay for love, right? You just have to sit there and accept your fate. There is one more sleeping habit that proves they trust you, and it is honestly a little bit gross, but very sweet. It is when they sleep with their butt facing your face. Yes, you read that right. You wake up, and the first thing you see is a furry rear end right next to your nose. While we humans might find this incredibly rude, in cat language, it is a massive sign of trust. By turning their back to you, they are showing that they do not need to keep an eye on you. They trust you not to attack them from behind. Furthermore, in the wild, cats will often rest back to back with trusted members of their colony so they can watch all directions for predators. When your cat puts their butt in your face, they are basically saying, I will watch the front door, you watch the back, partner. It is a cooperative survival strategy wrapped in a slightly stinky package. So, the next time you get a face full of tail, do not be offended. Be honored. You are their trusted watchman. Sign number 4. The horrifying gifts. Okay, this is the one that really tests our love for our cats. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. You are sipping your coffee, feeling great. Suddenly, your cat trots into the kitchen, looking incredibly proud of themselves, making a weird, muffled meowing sound. They drop something at your feet. You look down, and to your absolute horror, it is a dead mouse, or a half-chewed bug, or a very confused lizard. Your immediate reaction is probably to scream, jump on a chair, and ask them why they are trying to traumatize you. But before you banish them to the yard, you need to understand the psychology behind this gruesome behavior. To understand the gift, we have to look at how mother cats interact with their kittens. In the wild, a mother cat is responsible for teaching her babies how to survive. Part of that curriculum involves bringing dead or injured prey back to the den to show the kittens what food looks like and how to hunt it. When your cat brings you a dead mouse or a toy, they are acting out this deep-seated maternal or pack instinct. Here is the funny, slightly insulting truth. They bring you dead things because they think you are a terrible hunter. They watch you go to the big cold box in the kitchen, pull out a piece of cheese, and they think, "Wow, my human is pathetic. They cannot catch a mouse to save their life. I need to feed them before they starve to death." It is an act of pure charity and extreme care. They consider you a vital member of their family, a giant, clumsy, hairless kitten who needs to be provided for. They are sharing their hard-earned prize with you. In the animal kingdom, sharing food is the ultimate sign of a strong bond and absolute trust. They wouldn't waste their precious energy hunting for someone they did not care deeply about. So, while it is absolutely disgusting, it is actually a profound declaration of love and responsibility. Now, how should you react when you are presented with a dead rodent? The worst thing you can do is scream and punish them. If you yell at them, they will be incredibly confused and hurt. In their mind, they just brought you a 5-star gourmet meal, and you are acting like an ungrateful brat. Instead, you have to put on your best acting face. Praise them in a soft, high-pitched voice. Say, "Wow, what a good hunter you are! Thank you so much for this disgusting treasure." Give them a pet. Then, when they are not looking, quickly and discreetly dispose of the gift. If your cat is strictly an indoor cat, you might notice they do this exact same behavior with their toys. Have you ever woken up to find a stuffed mouse or a little jingle ball placed perfectly on your pillow or in your shoes? That is the exact same instinct. They have hunted the toy and brought it back to the den to share with their favorite, albeit completely incompetent, giant kitten. It is their way of saying, "I provide for this family, and I trust you with my prized possessions." Sign number 5. Headbutting and grooming. In the zoological world, the technical term for a cat headbutting you is called bunting. But let's be real, it feels more like a tiny, aggressive football tackle made of love. You are sitting there, and suddenly your cat marches up and forcefully smashes their forehead against your chin, your nose, or your shin. Sometimes they push so hard they almost knock your phone out of your hand. Why this aggressive display of affection? Well, it all comes down to scent communication. Cats have tiny scent glands located on their forehead, their cheeks, and around their mouth. These glands release pheromones, which are chemical signals that only other cats, and sometimes very lucky humans, can unconsciously understand. When a cat headbutts you or rubs their cheeks aggressively against your face, they are actively depositing these pheromones onto you. They are essentially claiming you. By rubbing their scent on you, they are marking you as their personal property. They are putting an invisible name tag on you that says, "This human belongs to Mr. Fluffles, do not touch." In a multi-cat household or a wild colony, cats create a communal scent by constantly rubbing against each other. This shared scent creates a feeling of intense safety, familiarity, and belonging. It means, we are family. So when your cat includes you in this scent-marking ritual, they are officially inducting you into their inner circle. They trust you enough to mix their identity with yours. It is a deeply bonding experience for a feline. And if you want to speak their language, you can gently lean down and press your forehead against theirs when they initiate a bunt. This mutual head press is the equivalent of a secret handshake in the cat world. It solidifies the bond and shows them that you accept their affection and respect their space. Along with headbutting comes the grooming. Has your cat ever suddenly started licking your hand, your arm, or even your hair with that incredibly rough sandpaper-like tongue? It honestly hurts a little bit, right? It feels like they are trying to exfoliate your skin off, but you endure it because you know they mean well. This behavior is called allogrooming. In the wild, cats groom each other to build social bonds, establish hierarchy, and take care of areas the other cat cannot reach, like the top of the head or the back of the neck. When your cat decides to groom you, it means a couple of things. First, it means they feel very relaxed and safe in your presence. Grooming takes focus and leaves them somewhat vulnerable. Second, it means they see you as part of their family unit. They are trying to mingle your scents together, just like with bunting. And third, well, they might just think you are dirty and need a bath. Seriously. Since you don't spend 3 hours a day licking yourself clean like a civilized creature, they feel obligated to step in and handle your personal hygiene. It is crucial to understand that allogrooming is a high-level trust activity. A cat will absolutely never groom someone they are afraid of or unsure about. It is an intimate act of care. However, sometimes the licking can suddenly turn into a little love bite. You are getting sandpaper kisses, and then suddenly, chomp. Why the sudden betrayal? This is often called petting-induced overstimulation. The repetitive motion of grooming or being petted can suddenly cause their nerve endings to overload. The sensory input goes from, "this feels nice," to, "ah, too much," in a split second. The bite is their way of saying, "Okay, I am overwhelmed. Session is over." It does not mean they stopped trusting you. It just means they have a very low threshold for sensory overload. The key is to watch their tail. If it starts twitching or thumping while they are grooming you, gently pull away before the love bite happens. Understanding these subtle shifts in their mood is what makes you an expert, trusted cat parent. Sign number 6. The bathroom escort. This is perhaps the most universally shared, funny and bizarre experience among all cat owners. You decide you need to use the restroom. You walk in, close the door and sit down. Within 5 seconds you hear it, the scratching at the door, the tragic, heartbreaking meows, the little paws reaching under the door gap, desperately swiping at the air like they are starring in a feline tragedy movie. They act as if closing that door has banished them to another dimension. If you actually leave the door open, they will march in, rub against your legs, sit in your underwear around your ankles, or just stare at you intensely while you do your business. Why on earth do they do this? Why do they have zero respect for human privacy? Well, the truth is, the concept of privacy does not exist in the animal kingdom. To your cat, a closed door is not a boundary. It is an offensive barrier separating them from their territory and their favorite giant. But it goes deeper than just territory. It comes back to vulnerability and pack survival. Remember how we talked about cats watching your back when you sleep? The same logic applies to the bathroom. In the wild, going to the bathroom is one of the most vulnerable positions an animal can be in. They are distracted and cannot easily escape or fight back. Your cat knows this. So, when they insist on following you into the bathroom, they are essentially volunteering to be your bodyguard. They are standing watch while you are in a compromised position. They are saying, "Don't worry, human, I will make sure no rival predators attack you while you are on the porcelain throne." It is an incredible display of loyalty and trust. They care about your survival so much that they are willing to drop everything they are doing, even waking up from a nap, just to escort you to the toilet. Additionally, bathrooms are full of interesting smells, running water, and cool surfaces that cats love. But the primary driver is their bond with you. They want to be where you are, especially in confined spaces where they feel they can control the environment. When they sit by your feet purring while you are trapped on the toilet, it is a weird, captive bonding session. They have your undivided attention. You cannot walk away, you have no laptop in front of you, and your hands are free for petting. To a cat, you being on the toilet is basically a scheduled meeting time for undivided affection. So, the next time you are trying to have a private moment and your furry stalker kicks the door open, try not to get annoyed. Realize that this absolute lack of boundaries is the ultimate proof that your cat trusts you completely, loves you deeply, and takes their job as your tiny, fluffy bodyguard very, very seriously. And there you have it, folks. The secret code has been cracked. From the terrifying fluffy belly trap to the weird bathroom bodyguard duties, you now know exactly what is going on inside that complex, wonderful, fluffy head of theirs. Cats might not be as transparent as dogs, and they might show their affection in ways that involve dead mice and sandpaper kisses, but their love is deep, incredibly loyal, and fiercely earned. If your cat does even a few of these things, you should feel incredibly honored. You have successfully proven yourself worthy to a creature that trusts absolutely no one. You are officially their chosen human, their safe space, and their family. Despite all the knocked-over water glasses, the nighttime zoomies, and the screaming for food, we wouldn't trade our little panthers for the world. If you learned something new today, or if you completely recognized your own cat in this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the minds of our pets. Do not forget to share this video with another cat parent who needs to know why their cat stares at them in the bathroom. Now, I have one final question for you. Out of these 6 signs, which one does your cat do the most? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.